started running around at 9. I knew what I was going to do when I was 10.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the New York Mets taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Biggest story coming into this one is what he's been able to do at the plate recently. Absolutely on fire, Siggy.
Yeah, he's been terrific, Boog. Has really made this a dangerous team. His bat's been lethal of late, and it's opening up a lot of opportunities for his teammates, too.
First pitch coming your way next. All right, first pitch coming up. And for the Cardinals here this afternoon, it's Miles Mikolas. Chris, how about a scouting report?
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
And a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
All over that one right there. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
And now it's Juan Soto. That's in there. Strike one. Mikolas with some less than fantastic work on the hill lately.
Even the best pitchers of all time have had stretches where nothing was working for him on the mound. Maybe he needs to have his turn in the rotation skipped or something. Get his mind right to get back on track.
Next offering is in for a strike. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The Mets have raced out of the gate to start the season.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just...
One at second. Relay to first, double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Here's Pete Alonso. Comes into this one with more homers than anyone in the National League. Ripped on a line to center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. Nothing doing for the Mets. Now the Cardinals will see what they can do. There's no score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in St. Louis. And on the mound in this one, Tylor Megill. Singing, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. You know, some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Michael Ciani, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike one. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. A little bit high, maybe. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Out to short, Lindor. Gets it to first. One up, one down. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And something they've talked about needing to improve on moving forward is their ability to apply consistent pressure, Chris. Right now, it's not a club that gets on base enough.
And sometimes, Boog, you just need a hitter to go up there and grind out an at-bat, maybe have 11, 12 pitches, and all of a sudden players get fired up in the dugout, and they want to do the same thing. And before you know it, you start to get base runners on, and you get a big hit, and all of a sudden you ride that wave for a few days and go on a winning streak. That's something they definitely could use.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Been a pretty rough start to this series for him at the plate. 3 strikeouts in the first game yesterday. Another one right there. They've clearly got a great plan for how to deal with this guy right now.
Wilson Contreras stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Contreras with a homer in his last game. That one finds the zone, and the count 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1-2.
Smoked on the ground a second. Toss to Alonso, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. Scoreless after 1. New inning getting started, and stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo launched a homer in his most recent game. Nimmo recently taking home Player of the Month honors. Mikolas back to work. Fouled off. He was late.
And what a show he put on last month, Boog. Really impressive work at the dish, and I'm sure his teammates and the coaching staff appreciate it. Great having a bat like this in the lineup.
The throw to first, and quickly one away in the second.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Mark.
Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. 3 hits and a loss last night. Vientos getting to start at the hot corner, hitting 5th in today's lineup. And he's been wearing out home plate lately. He scored 10 times in the last 10 games. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Fights it off. He'll see another. Got him swinging.
Well, clearly just anxious right there, and understandably so. In an 0-2 count, you feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover, and you don't want to strike out, and you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate, but because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
That one the other way. Arenado to first in time. And the Mets go 1-2-3. So they make short work of them there. Down to the bottom of the second. We're tied 0-0. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Nolan Gorman. Gorman went deep in his most recent game. Fought off foul. And the 0-1. Ball 1 there. Matthew Ross umpiring behind home plate for us in this one. He's got a reputation for having a bit of a wide strike zone, Chris.
Yeah, no doubt, Boog. He rewards pitchers when they're working the edges and sometimes a little bit beyond that. So for the hitters, just have to really be aware. Don't miss your pitch when you get it early in the count.
Got him looking. That's 1 out, the bottom of the second.
Batting fifth, the third baseman.
Here's Nolan Arenado.
Arenado.
That's too low, and it's 1-0. Swings through that one.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
1 down, base is empty. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Fights that one away, still 1-2. 0-0 here in the bottom of the second. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Fly ball down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Oh, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
And next is the designated hitter, Alec Burleson. First offering, and it just misses. 2 outs, base is empty. That misses the zone, and the count is 2-0.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Short hop liner, handled it short. Tosses to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Redbirds down quietly. We'll move to the third with no score. Back here at Busch Stadium, here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez.
Out to short, Hellman. Throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Batting 8, the second baseman, Jeff
McNeil stands in. On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Oh, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Didn't get cheated on that swing and squared it up perfectly. Came off the bat at 111, and when that's the case, the odds are very much in your favor as a hitter.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. And next for the Mets, Jose Siri. Looking for better results than last night. He went 0 for 4. Jumps, but it's off his glove. He's able to win the race to the bag. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2.
The batter, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single. That one missed.
Boog, it looks like somebody missed the swing sign. That's the first pitch this team's taken for a ball all game long.
Man on second, 2 down. Hit hard, base hit. McNeil headed home. He'll score, and it's an RBI single, and it's 1-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
2 outs, runner at first. Now the number 2 hitter, Juan Soto. Inside, almost got him. This one popped up. Gorman. And that'll do it. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. And now the catcher comes up to him. Pedro Pajes. Swinging a foul straight back. Swing and a miss.
0-2.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Michael Hellman in the box now. No balls and a strike. Hellman with some struggles at the plate recently, not uncommon for rookies. And he takes a strike.
You know, Boog, at the start of my career, I got only 3 hits in my first month, but I kept at it, and I finished the year hitting 300. I know he's going through it a bit right now, but he's capable of figuring it out.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 1 down, base is empty. Now this is in the air down the line. Nimmo hauls it in, 2 away.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Victor.
And now the center fielder, Victor Scott.
Definitely scuffling at the dish lately. No hits over his last 5 games.
And first offering is fouled off. Right back to him on the mound. That's out number 3. And down in order go the Cardinals. They trail here 1-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Stepping in the long ball threat, Pete Alonso. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. And a big swing and a miss.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
1-1 now. This one in the air, center field. Brings it in, and there's 1 away.
The batter, the left fielder, Brandon.
Here's
Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 1. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
These hitters have come out ready to swing the bats early in the count and swing it often. If you want to score some runs, have an offensive explosion, that can be a route to doing it.
Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
The batter, the third baseman.
2 outs, base is empty.
Vientos.
Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. His first at bat was a strikeout. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Down in order go the Mets, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. That's in there. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Line drive, puts it away for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
That one fouled off. The Redbirds hitless so far in the game. And a big swing and a miss.
No, he's really working that inside corner with the cutter. I tell you what, I hated that pitch. So tough to get the barrel to and to keep it fair.
And a couple of quick outs.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do a little bit too much. Sometimes those eyes can get really big. I think his swing broke down as well, and that's what caused him to pop it up.
Contreras in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Late that time, and it's strike 2. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals, and it remains 1-0. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Mikolas back to work. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And a good start to the inning.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way. And it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Digging in, Francisco Alvarez. That's ripped. Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. And now here's Jeff McNeil. Singled and scored his first time. That one is absolutely belted. One hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. One runs in. Now a second crosses the plate, and they're up by 3.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, more often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jose Siri up now for the Mets. Nootbaar makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with 1 out.
Now batting, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
So the lineup flips over. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
The shortstop takes the ball. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Kyle Leahy, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Fernandez also throwing. McNeil stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. The other way. Ciani makes the play. Runner tags for home. Dives for the tag. Got him. And that is out number 3.
Always exciting to see him play at the plate. Trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time. And they cut down the run to end the inning.
Here in St. Louis, we head to the bottom of the 5th, and now it's going to be Nolan Gorman. The pitch. Gorman in his 3rd season, 24 years old, and he's been quite a threat lately with 6 homers in his last 10 games. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Nato comes in to take his cuts. First pitch misses.
He's been going after these guys consistently, and as a result, he's been able to keep his pitch count low, throwing the ball very well right now.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 and 2.
And there's a ball. To third, Vientos. Home man for the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Now batting.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So now the DH spot, Alec Burleson. On the ground. And it's through for a hit. And that keeps the inning going. Pedro Pajes now at the plate. Struck out swinging his first time. Right through there for a strike. The Cards trailing by 3. Last half of inning number 5. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. The Cards leave one. They trail in this one 3-0. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, John King.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Here's Juan Soto.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Now, Pete Alonso. 0 for 2 in this one. And that one fouled off.
I'm really impressed with this offense. They haven't been timid at the plate at all. They've been aggressive, and they're keeping the defense on its toes. So far, 6 hits on the first pitch alone. That tells you something. And, you know, it's always interesting to see how teams attack the first pitch. What's their plan of attack going to be? Well, for this offense in this game, they're not waiting around.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Nice stop. There's one to first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that ball off the bat ticketed for the outfield and a base hit for the hitter, but just taken away by the diving stop. Nice job.
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. Lifted in the air down the left side, and that'll fall for a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. And that extends his hitting streak yet again. This is starting to get pretty interesting, Singy.
Yeah, and the way he's going, it seems like there's no end in sight. This is a guy that no pitcher wants to face right now, especially with runners on base. I mean, he's doing all the little things right, and it just seems like he's in cruise control at the plate.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit out into right center. Alonso is waved home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 4.
Just so sound in his mechanics. It's against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
2 on, 1 out. And now the DH, Jesse Winker, 1 for 2. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Makes the catch. Runner tagging and heading for home. That's a sacrifice fly as he comes across, and the lead is up to 5.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Francisco Alvarez digs in now. And first offering is fouled off. Vientos, the runner at first with 2 gone. Yeah, that's fouled off. stays alive. And the 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 runs across in the inning, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And that one is popped in the air, shallow center, and it falls. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Now batting the second.
So digging in, Jeff McNeil.
A chance for more damage right here. A couple of RBIs for him in his last AB.
First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Line to left. It drops in, gets away a little bit. Runner from second scores as they add on.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. John King will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
So a young arm coming on now out of the pen, Michael McGreevy.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
So 2 on with 2 away. So up next for New York, Jose Siri. And a ground ball to first. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. They strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple left on. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Mets 6 and the Cardinals nothing. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. Popped up first base side. Alonso in position, makes the grab, 1 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it out.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder Victor Scott. Grounded out his first time. Fastball gets the inside corner at the knees. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball to the right side, and it finds its way through for a hit.
Dominant performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
Vientos makes the grab for the second out.
Oh, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics, and instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Nootbaar in the box again, takes a strike. He goes down looking. So 1 left for the Cardinals, still up against a 6-0 deficit. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, did anybody ever give you the silent treatment?
I don't remember that they did. I think they were pretty cool with me in terms of celebrating my rookie year. First home run came in Anaheim against the Angels, and I always love to watch now, though, especially when that player is unsuspecting. You know, some guys, they've been around long enough to know there's a good chance I'm going to get the silent treatment. But when that player's maybe been grinding it out for a little while and finally gets that home run, is expecting the big lift coming into the dugout, and they just stonewall him, it's awesome.
Now batting, right fielder, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto now, 1 for 3. Every once in a while, they'll work that same trick on a veteran player. If, say, he's been... And there's a fly ball deep right field. And it is gone. He'll touch them all. His second home run of the series. It's 7-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
Let's take another look at it, but this time with the help of StatCast.
Well, this one wasn't hit that high, but when you can launch it at 111 miles per hour off the bat and get some backspin, it'll carry enough to get out of here.
So 1 out, nobody on. Next to hit, Pete Alonso. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. That was your worst start one year. Didn't you start like 3 for 33 or something?
Oh, it was awesome. It was awful. Not awesome. It was awesome.
Not so awesome.
It was awesome for pitchers facing me, but it was awful for me. It sounded like some type of deal at a fast food restaurant, like 3 for 33 or something.
Gorman pulls that one down, and there are 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, the left fielder, Brandon
And
Nimmo.
next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going. Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. McGreevy over to first. Nimmo dives back in safely. Runner on the go. Squirts away a little bit. No throw. He's in there safely. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. That one pushed foul. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Here's Jesse Winker. Base hit, and a run comes in.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Here comes the manager out of the Cardinals dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Michael McGreevy gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
New pitcher for the Cardinals, Kyle Lee.
Well, he struggled quite a bit, so this is another opportunity to get on the right track. He's given up more than 1 hit per inning pitch so far this season.
And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. First and second, 2 down. Here in the top half of inning number 7. In the air, center field. Scott moving under this one. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. They put 2 on the board on 4 hits. No errors, but 2 are left stranded. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mets 8 and the Cardinals nothing.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Sean Reed-Foley.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. And now the first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Just missed.
That's a good pitch. There. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's what it was. If you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 1-2 to Contreras. And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right there. One side command, fastball firm to the outside corner. Tell you what, very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
And the batter now, Nolan Gorman. Swing and a miss at a slider. Reed-Foley, known as a guy with pretty lights out type stuff, racks up the strikeouts, but the command at times can elude him. Swings and misses. 0-2.
Yeah, and a manager in a situation like this type of pitcher has to stay alert and ready. He's got to make sure he's watching from pitch to pitch, hitter to hitter, to quickly get another reliever up in the bullpen if he needs to bring someone in.
Got him. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BBs.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
Arenado at the plate now. That's ball 1. And that lack of command, that's usually one of the things that leads guys to be converted from starter to reliever.
Yeah, and it's such a short stint when you compare the 2 roles, starting and relieving. You hope that guy can find strike 1 right away when he comes in.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Alex.
Runner at first with 2 away. Stepping in, Alec Burleson. That's a strike. 0-1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the Cardinals,
Pedro Pajes next up for the Cardinals. And first offering is fouled off. A little out front there as he swings through it. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So the Cards strand a couple, still 8-0. Back here in St. Louis, we go to the 8th, and stepping in for New York, Jeff McNeil.
The second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
First pitch, just misses. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Matthew Liberator, the young lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. The 1-0. Slapped foul. Just missed.
He's mixing his pitches really well, late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Chases the changeup in the dirt. Pajes gathers, throws to first, in time to get him. 1 away on the strikeout.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Jose Siri, the next to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. One down, base is empty. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. The Mets up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. And that's in the dirt. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Ripped on a line. Brings it in. And that's the 3rd out. And the Mets go down 1-2-3 as the lead holds at 8-0.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, A.J. Minter. He last pitched 2 days ago. And here is Michael Hellman.
The Cardinals, the shortstop, Michael Hellman.
Out to short, Lindor. On to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Really nice job
The
to get your
fielder,
first out of the ball game.
Victor Scott.
And here is Victor Scott. And first offering is fouled off. Minter, in his 8th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, and he works in a changeup. The Cardinals with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Center field, Siri under it, makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Hey man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Number 22, Michael.
Now batting Michael Ciani. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. On the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Redbirds down quietly, and they're on the short end of an 8-0 score. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Juan Soto. Leahy back to work. That one the other way. Throws across the diamond. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Pete Alonso getting ready to hit. And that drops in for a strike. Late on that fastball.
Well, that's today's style of baseball right there, right? Big time velo on the bump and big time pop at the plate.
That one in the dirt, and the count 1-2. And that's outside. swings through that. Pajes collects, fires to first, gets the out, 2 down after the strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
2 down, base is empty. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. And first offering is fouled off. And that is out of play.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Pitch misses there, and that is ball 1. That one missed.
2-2.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. And they'll do it again.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
That's to third, and it gets by him.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Mark Vientos will hit next. And misses inside. A swing and a soft liner. And no one can get there. And now 2 aboard.
The batter, number 3, designated hitter. Jesse
So now here's the DH,
Winker.
Jesse Winker. In the air, left field, down the line. And that's out of play, a foul ball. Nimmo on third, Vientos at first, 2 out of the inning. Can't get him at first, and the run comes in from third.
That one really hurts. You're already down in the game, and that error puts you even further behind. Just can't let it compound from here, though. You got to flush it, get ready for the next one, make a play, get back in the dugout.
So 2 down. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Line drive, makes the grab, and that's the inning. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. It's the Mets 9 and the Cardinals nothing.
Now pitching for
We're back, and on the mound is the closer,
Number
Edwin
29.
Diaz.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
And stepping in for the Cardinals, Lars
The right
Nootbaar.
fielder, Lars Nootbaar.
Gets the call, and it's 0-1. Up the middle, sneaks through, base hit, and a good start to the inning. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
And he punches one right back up the middle. That's what he does. Great contact. Throw back in quickly First and second now with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Gorman stands in now and watches strike one. First and second here, no outs. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find it.
There's a swing and a drive. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. 1 run across. Another comes in to score, and it's 9-2.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
So, man aboard. Here's Nolan Arenado. There's a strike at the knees. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
0-2.
And down on strikes. And there's one away. So now the DH spot, Alec Burleson. And that's in there for strike one. That's in there.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Cardinals now with just 1 out remaining.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
2 balls, no strikes to count. Runner at second, 2 down. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Just missed. Right through there for a strike.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get me over.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Offensive explosion today for these players. They gave up a few runs, but they had more than enough firepower to turn this one into a blowout.
This one ends the final 9-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.